Hello everybody. Today I'm going to teach you how to integrate Selenium RC into TestNG. Right. So for integrating Selenium RC into TestNG, you first need to download Selenium RC and also install TestNG on your machine. I had explained you how to configure TestNG with Eclipse in the last class, and I also showed you how to create a sample TestNG project. So now I'll tell you how to download Selenium RC and integrate it with TestNG. So for downloading RC, just go to Google and say Selenium RC download. You get the first link, just click on that link, and this is the link to download Selenium RC. Okay, so when you click on this link, you get Selenium RC. Selenium RC is available in all the flavors like Ruby, .NET, Java. You will get files for all the languages. I'll show you. For example, in my PC, when I downloaded it, it's actually present out here. This is the folder, and in this folder the driver for each and every language is present: Ruby, Python, PHP, Perl, Java, .NET, everything. We are doing Selenium with Java, so we need just these two folders. Each of these two folders is having some jar files, this out here and these three jar files out here. Right, now what I'll do is, sorry for this, I'll now create a new Java project and I'll name it rc_testng, and inside this I'll make a new testng class, and I'll give the source folder as this one. I'll name the package as tests and give the file name as sample test, and I'll have the data provider in it. Fine. Getting lots of errors because I have not included the TestNG library. You click on it and add the TestNG library. This option will be available only if you have TestNG configured with Eclipse. So I showed you how to configure it in the last lecture. Now what I'll do is I have to write some code over here, right? So first I'll lay down what I have to test. For example, I need to go to this website quicker.com, and I have to test, and I have to write something XYZ value inside this text box, and I want to select Goa from this drop down. Right, I want Selenium to do this. Right, so what I'll do is I'll go to the IDE first. Just a minute. Right, and I'll start recording. In the recording, first I will navigate to quicker.com, okay, and I will write XYZ and select Goa from this drop down. Fine. So now if I look at the IDE, then some steps have been generated. I explained you these steps when we're doing IDE. Now corresponding to this step, I can also generate my Java code for RC. Okay, I can generate the Java code from format option, test, and choosing TestNG. Okay, so this means that whatever you have recorded, Selenium will give you the Java code corresponding to that recording, and when you run that Java code using RC, the same steps will be repeated. Quicker.com will be opened, and something will be written in the text box, and Goa will be selected. So I can generate a code in Ruby, JUnit4, n number of things, right? We are using TestNG here. We aren't using JUnit4 because TestNG is better than JUnit4. So I format it into TestNG code, and this is the code which I get. This is all Java code. So I select these three lines over here, and I copy these three lines, basically the lines which are doing the testing, and I paste them over here in my F method. This is my test method, right? Public void F, right? And now forget about the errors. Basically what it's telling you is selenium.open / this means that open the site, type XYZ in the query box. The name of that box given by the developer is query, and the label, give the label as category ID, as Goa, for the drop down named category ID. Okay, select the label Goa for the drop down named category ID. Now if I want to run this code with the help of Selenium server, the first thing I need to do is I need to start the server. For that I need to create the object of Selenium server class. Now this line is giving me an error because this class is actually present in the Selenium RC jar file which you have downloaded from the internet. So first I will have to right click on my project and include the jar files in the library. So I click on add external jars and I select all the jar files which I have downloaded in this folder as well as the Selenium server. Right? So now I have the Selenium jar files in my reference libraries. Now I will click on this error and I'll say import Selenium server class file, and you see the error's gone. Right? I'm getting one more error called Selenium error over here because I have not declared any object called Selenium. Right? So if I extend my class to a predefined class inside that jar file, and that class is Selenium test case, and I import this file, then everything will be gone. This, all the errors are gone because the Selenium object is actually present inside this file. Right? And you just say that add throws declaration, fine. Right? So once I've created the object of my server class, Selenium server, I need to boot the server. So I write server.boot and then I say server.start. Right? After starting my server, I need to call the setup method which is actually present in this file and pass on the URL to which I want to navigate and do the testing. So I pass on the URL as quicker.com and I tell setup method or the Selenium that I want to open it in Firefox. That's it. Now after this I write a command that selenium dot set speed to 2000 milliseconds. This means that there will be a delay of 2 seconds between each and every step which Selenium executes. And out here, after starting the server, I can start the testing. Right? So what is the meaning of the first line when I'm opening the browser on this line? This line tells basically tells Selenium that fine, I need to open this site in Firefox, and this is the line which actually opens it. Fine. So if I omit this line, then I won't be able to navigate to the website I've specified in the setup method. Right? So you need to include it. And now I will run this test as a test-ng test. So it has started the server. Now it's launching the Firefox and it has gone to quicker.com and has written XYZ. It will wait for 2 seconds, selected Goa. Fine. So this is how you can actually execute the Selenium code. Right? But mind you, there's one thing you need to do is you need to stop the server in the end. Server.stop. Because if you don't do that, sometimes it creates an issue, it never starts up again. Fine? You have to stop it through the URL. And before stopping the server, I can also close my browser like selenium.close and selenium.stop. These are the commands to close the browser. And then stop the server.